bow.
My name is Muhammad Nahakimi Bezahre from HE19. My part is number 1, discuss the subtitle China Hong Kong, the business symbiosis. Do you agree with the metaphor? Explain. I really agree with the subtitle because Hong Kong plays a major role in China's economy. We can see it in investment in China, where Hong Kong has led the foreign direct investor in China for many years. In the past decade, China was Hong Kong's largest destination of re-export and supplier of import. In other words, the rest of China has had from Hong Kong investment, energy and entrepreneurship. This helped China in growth economy. Hong Kong has also provided of Chinese company with access to global capital market for bond and loan financing. What's more, Hong Kong is the key hub for investment in and out of China. It accounted for 2/3 of foreign direct investment into China last year, up from 30% in 2005. Besides that, China has benefited greatly from Hong Kong's unique status. This is about half of Hong Kong export end up in China because Hong Kong traders always re-export the Chinese manufacturing goods when China was out of export product. Also, inward tourism and retail demand mostly come from China. Furthermore, China and Hong Kong in the business symbiosis has relation also in loan. It is because 1/5 of Hong Kong bank assets are loaned to China's customer. Lastly, if anything happened that could jeopardize special relationship between China and Hong Kong would to suffer most, and China would also has paid a heavy price. That's all from me. Thank you.
이렇게 매일 가슴 아파 아파.
Hello guys, my name is Nurul Eza Azira binti Johari alias Johari. So today I would like to talk about a case entitled One Country, Two Systems and a Top Regional Business Hub in Hong Kong and China. So I got a question on to discuss the main determinant of FDI in China compared to Hong Kong. For your information, FDI is stand for Foreign Direct Investment. The main determinant of FDI in China compared to Hong Kong can be seen whenever China was out of his export quota for a certain product, such as in terms of textile and clothing. Hong Kong traders always need to re-export Chinese goods by using Hong Kong export quota entitlement, where at the same time Hong Kong is one of the leading foreign direct investment in China for many years, which is contributing directly to China economic growth. From there, many Hong Kong-based companies shift their manufacturing facilities from Hong Kong to China. After 1997, China FDI is slowing down while the world FDI inflows continue to grow. The portfolio of FDI and the whole investment environment in China has been evolving significantly. During the 1980s, FDI inflows used to concentrate in labor-intensive industry where China has had a long-standing success in exporting, such as in terms of travel goods, toys, and electrical appliances. Besides that, the major determinant of foreign investment of FDI in China is also a cheaper labor cost. According to Wei and Liu in their research in 2001, the low labor cost is still proving to be a key location factor for foreign investors in China. Furthermore, China also had started to have technologies-intensive investment in earlier 1990s, such as in terms of computer, electronic, telecommunications equipment, and petrochemical. Other than that, the determinant of FDI in China also determined by both pull and push factor for the foreign companies to invest in China research and development in research sector. The pull factor is the needs foreign company perceive for locating R&D activities close to the customer base in order to better adapt to their new technologies to the needs of the local market. However, Hong Kong has enjoyed an unprecedented FDI booms, especially in 2000. Hong Kong share the world FDI inflows went up. Hong Kong has actually traditionally determined their FDI with the advantages of geographic location, sound infrastructure, and low tax regime. That's all from me. Thank you.
네 앞에만 서면 작아져버려 아무것도 아닌 애기 같아 애기 같아
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Aswarina Idayu binti Saimin. So I will explain the question number 3, which is according to the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development, the numbers of regional headquarters of foreign firms in Hong Kong has dropped from 903 in 1997 to 818 in 1998 to rise again to 855 in 2000. How would you explain these According to the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development, the numbers of regional headquarters of foreign firms in Hong Kong has dropped from 903 in 1997 to 818 in 1998, which shows a drop of 9.14%. The Hong Kong government does survey each year on the number of foreign companies which establish their regional headquarters in Hong Kong, which is for the government to illustrate crucial role played by the Hong Kong for this multinational. Unfortunately, the survey done by the Hong Kong government did not indicate the reason why. In 1998, some companies did withdraw due to economic reasons, consequential of the Asian financial crisis. Asian financial crisis in 1997 has affected the economy in Asia. Hong Kong is no exception. Another reason is people started to express their concern about the possible domestic changes in the special administrative region. Hong Kong Special Administrative Region was introduced in 1997 as an implementation of one country, two systems. The implementations of it make people query whether the efficiency and the competence of the government will affect the economy. In 2000, the number of regional headquarters of foreign firms in Hong Kong has risen again to 855. This is caused by the booming IT and telecommunications sector. It has been reported that since 2000, many IT and software companies are establishing their regional headquarters in Hong Kong for the prosperous and thriving Asia-Pacific market. The establishment of regional headquarters by the foreign firm in Hong Kong is their preparation strategy to enter the Chinese market after Chinese accession to the WTO. As we know, Hong Kong has an advantage in terms of geographical position as Hong Kong situated near with China, and Hong Kong is actually also known as the gap to Chinese market. That's all, and thank you.
너만 생각하면 나는 마음이 좋아
Greetings to my international trade lecturers Iftika and my fellow friends. Today I would like to present my question, which is what we have in China is rosy macro but lousy micro. To describe this statement, FDI inflow used to concentrate in labor-intensive industries where China has a long-standing success in exporting. Obviously, cheaper labor costs were the major determinant for the foreign investment in China. The pull factor is need for the foreign companies to recognize for locating R&D activities close to the customer base in order to get a better adapt for the new technologies to the needs of local market. The impact of technology intensive approach in FDI is clearly visible in China. is China's composition of export. Traditionally, China has been known for a medium technology products. For the reason also, China has been not generally perceived by Western government and companies as a great threat as Japan. Many firms were caught unaware by the difficulties of doing business in China. Competition in many domestic sector is already cutthroat, and which the WTO membership is likely to get even fiercer and eroding companies' pricing power is still further. Earning a decent return, investors are advised to concentrate on companies with a strong and growing consumer brand present in China. Given instability of China stock market, the government is seeking to stabilize the market by encouraging the development of industrial investor base. Around a dozen local asset management companies have already given or signed a joint venture agreement with the foreign fund managers in effort to get import industrial expertise. If successful, the government market development program could have a huge implication. There are billionaires and multi-billionaires in China who did not get away just because they are new in somewhere in the communist parties. They run their business as their livelihood depend on it. Because it does, this is where China born investor will putting their long-term money to work. Thank you.
This is what's
Hi everyone, I am Hee Bing. Today I want to talking about the foreign direct investment and the portfolio investment in China and in Hong Kong. And which form of investment do you think is more volatile? And try to explain it. First of all, China has attracted the largest amount of the foreign direct investment, and the activities of the research and the development was the highlight of the direct investment in China recently. China's export of high and new technology by foreign affiliates increased in recent years, which it is a result of the combination of privatizations and the reforms to encourage the foreign direct investment in the China. On the other hand, the Hong Kong has enjoyed unprecedented foreign direct investment boom in 1999 and the 2000, and it was the single largest receiver of foreign direct investment in the developing countries. Investors are also advised to focus on the companies that have the strong and growing consumer brands in China. In view of the volatility of China's stock market, government is trying to stabilize the market by encouraging the development of the institutional investor base. Thus, I think that the portfolio investment is more volatile than the foreign direct investment. It is easy to sell the shares in the portfolio investment compared with the direct investment made by the entities of one country in another country. The volatility of the foreign direct investment net inflows is smaller than the foreign portfolio investment net inflows. In addition, portfolio investments is more vulnerable to liquidity shocks compared with the companies that make the direct investments abroad. Thus, the portfolio investment forces investors to liquidate their investment at a faster rate. Furthermore, investors with the high expected liquidations requirements affected by the low prices more than those involved in the management efficiency would choose to be a portfolio investor. Hence, the portfolio investment is characterized by a higher probability of early liquidations and the profitability is higher and compared to the direct investment. That's all. Thank you.
이렇게 come on come on come on come on
My name is Ma Jinyao, student number BG1417006. For question 6, where would you prefer investing in China or Hong Kong? In my opinion, China is better than Hong Kong for investing. Since China's reforms and open policy, China slowly becomes the world's second largest economic entity. China relies on strong policy and financial support to gradually improve the infrastructure needed for economic construction, such as electricity, transportation, ports, and law. In the demographic dividend, the land cost, transportation, and another aspects, China has a large advantage, not only low cost and high quality by comparison. At present, China's policy support for high-tech autonomous industries is very positive. China's economy is experiencing an important turning point. The traditional manufacturing industry and transformation will be strengthened. Although Hong Kong is more mature in the economic investment environment than China, and China's economic development in sync with the world. Since China joined the World Trade Organization, China established an unfair, competitive, and orderly market to create a favorable international environment. All trades and professions of the market will be opened to enterprise in the world. China has made great concessions of tariffs and restrictions on the import of products. Inventors have effective protection since China's accession in the World Trade Organization, and the market is also slowly growing and its investment prospects are broad. It's expected that with the further improvement of the investment environment in China, China will have more external economic force in the near future. So I choose to invest in China.
네가 먼저 다가가 사랑한단 말을 해 이제 그래도 다
The reason not to invest in Hong Kong is because of its current condition that leads to reduction of foreign investor. Retail sales were 23% of the current GDP in 2013, with the spending by non-resident of 14.3% of the GDP. Deutsche Bank noting that 75% of the tourists come to the mainland, and this visitor account for 79% of the tourist spending. This led to a protest by a pro-democracy and have blocked some of the territory's key shopping area, and analysts keep running a tool on how to reduce this bad economy. So the result here, that in pro-democracy point of view, that Hong Kong government should reduce the amount of investor from outsider and increase the amount of foreign investor. Moreover, Hong Kong is currently running an account deficit. Outflow could trigger rising interest rate and risk premium, further denting in the future sector. This leads to an expected loss in the future, and more investors will still reconsidering their investment in Hong Kong. Price of goods are expected to be lower in the future, and the property are expected to fall. Cascade effect will likely to be happen, and increase in amount of outflow to higher rate in the future, and property will fall. This is the reason why we choose China to be invest. This is why we choose China instead of Hong Kong.